Watching Very far, but it says Baltimore. Baltimore. Round. 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 Baltimore. Baltimore. Round. Baltimore. Ballot, Ballot, Baltimore, Ballot, Baltimore, Ballot, Baltimore, Baltimore, Ballot, Baltimore, Ballot, 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 Baltimore, Baltimore, Ballot, Ballot, Baltimore, Ballot, Ballot, Baltimore, Baltimore, Ballot, Ballot, Baltimore, Ballot, Baltimore, Ballot, Ballot, Baltimore, 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 Raleigh, Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore,
And his team done a good job that time because they were able to get their folks to come out today and vote.
Bertrand?
But I think I go back to the scenario that a candidate is as strong as the party. And what sort of mobilization the party was doing in the constituency when you have constituency activities of people coming in and supporting the candidate, bringing a caravan to create that kind of psychological impact? And is it the situation within the party that is demoralizing its supporters so they're not turning out? That to me are things that you have to begin to examine when you have a post-mortem of this particular election. What is it that the party has failed to do? Or what is it that the party has done wrong? Is the party dynamics affecting not just in St. Philip's North, but is this going to trickle down across the broad spectrum of the political landscape across the island?
We'll certainly talk about those issues coming up, the implications, if this trend were to continue, and it would be a monumental comeback if, for example, Baltimore were to overperform in the other boxes and narrow this lead. But at this point, he's trailing 1-2, so doing better than 2-1 is Randy Baltimore. Donna, your point?
With Derek's positive remarks of Team Baltimore, I don't think you really need me here anymore. It sounds to me like he is doing a very good job at promoting and complimenting Team Labour. However, what I'm seeing is a consistent increase in the margin, because I'm not the mathematician here, but it seems to me from the first box it was like 2-1, then we moved to like 3-1, now we moved to 4-1. So I am anticipating a big win for Team Randy Baltimore and the Antigua Barbuda Labour Party in this outcome. A cock-a-hoo moment is anticipated.
Donna is cock-a-hoo about the word cock-a-hoo.
Absolutely. So, yes, so I think that Derek is absolutely right, that you're seeing the results of the work on the ground. And I also think that my colleague Bertrand is accurate, that I'm not from the constituency. It's the first time I'm actually going into new field. But we made ourselves present because we understand the bandwagon psychological effect. If you see your party is strong, you're inclined to go out and you're inclined to vote. If you feel that there is a weakness and there is a general malaise, why should you be? So the party is energized, and it has re-energized the constituents, including the younger voters of that, and we cannot underestimate the impact of the new voters. And I think that what we're seeing here is, yes, a tremendous work put in. And, a little later I'll have to shout out some of those people, once the victory lap is there. But I think we're going to see a consistent turnout in the other boxes.
Very quickly, while we're waiting, thanks, Donna, while we're waiting on the numbers we'll tell you the numbers for box 4 before we go to box 5, which is in progress now. We'll get those numbers momentarily. Our teams are crunching the numbers as we speak to get to you. Just very quickly, Bertrand, the point you made earlier in terms of the kind of mobilization, why wouldn't a party mobilize for their candidate?
27.
Well, when you have problems within an organization, it ultimately is a situation where people are taking different sides. And if the power structure within the party feel that a particular candidate, a particular individual is not with the power structure in the party, it becomes a problem. And people have to decide whether it is about individuals or about the party itself. And it comes to a particular situation within the United Progressive Party, where you have two warring factions within the organization, and the perception it gives to its supporters out there is that all is not well. And then people are not putting out their effort in terms of mobilizing their constituency. As I was saying earlier, in the old days, even in the weakest constituency.
Bertrand, ask you just hold 1 second, please. The numbers in for box number 3, the second from Willikes, and this is box E to J. Randy Baltimore, 127. Alex Brown, 55. 2 rejected. That's box number 4 The second from Wilkie is in. 127-55, 2 rejected. Continue, please, Bertrand.
So politics is about perception. Politics is a perception. When you had, for example, as I was saying off camera, a person like Frankie Nunes, who used to run in that constituency, where the perception that he could not win the constituency, but he was a very organized individual. And when the party have activities like picketing and so forth, Frankie Nunes could easily bring 30 people to a picket. Charles West Samuel could easily bring 50 people to a picket. St. Mary's North is coming with their number. City West and Rural West are coming with numbers. So you present a formidable force. And people see a party which is credible. When you're having party activities and you can hardly get people to mobilize in a constituency to bring their support to bear on a particular constituency, people in that particular constituency say, well, why should we put out the effort if the party seem not to be able to mobilize and bring their forces to support us?
But you see, there's another extension to that. The party has managed to alienate a lot of its core supporters and a lot of the people who formed the executive of the party. The party currently has a very weak leader in the person of Jamal Pringle, and a very hostile, haughty, and pompous leader in the person of the chair, who seems to be running people from the party, particularly if they think, well, if she thinks that you're not of a certain ilk, if you're not educated enough, if you come from country, whatever it is, and you cannot build a party by dividing it or by subtracting your numbers. And so if Frankie could mobilize 30 people, and you yourself you were a member of that team that could mobilize 50 people, and others could mobilize. But if you keep losing numbers, where are you going to get that pool of people from that you're going to create that mobilizing force and re-energize? Off here, we actually labeled it as a civil war that's happening inside of the UPP. And it is true, you have two warring fractions, and it does not bode well, but it just didn't happen just recently. There has been a hemorrhaging, a slow hemorrhaging, and then with these two leaders emerging at the top, the hemorrhaging just opened wider, and it has not stopped.
Okay, all right, so thanks so much, Donna. So again, let's just give you the numbers again for this one. That's box, this is box 4. Box 4, 127 for Randy Baltimore. 127 for Randy Baltimore. So that's 127 for Randy Baltimore. 55 for Alex Brown. 2 votes were rejected. So you're looking at box number 4. Let's go back over to box number 5. We'll continue. They're in box number 5. This is the third one from Willikes. So that's 5 in all. Third from Willikes, K to R. That's what we're counting now. Let's go over to the numbers.
Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, 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 rejected, Brown, Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, 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 Baltimore, Brown, Brown, rejected, Loma, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, 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 Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, 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 Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Baltimore. Rejected. This person didn't vote for anybody. Baltimore. Baltimore. Brown. Baltimore. Brown. Baltimore. 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 Brown. Baltimore. Baltimore. Brown. Baltimore. Rejected. This person didn't vote for no candidate. Baltimore. 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 Brown. 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 Baltimore. 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 Baltimore.
9:59.
All right, so there you go. So a shot there from outside the community center at Glanville's. And of course, in full voice are ABLP supporters on the outside looking into the counting center there, into the community center where the counting is happening. This is the third box from Willikes, 3 of 4, okay? So just giving you context, there's 7 boxes overall in the constituency. 4 are in Willikes. We're now on that was just the third box from Willikes, so 1 more box from Willikes to come. This box that you just heard from a while ago was K to R in Willikes, and that had 315 electors, registered electors. It was quite a big box, ladies and gentlemen, from that one. In fact, it was the second biggest box in terms of registered electors. The biggest one is in polling district A, Glanville's, J to Z, that had 352, and this one having 315. All right, so there you go. So we'll get you the numbers momentarily of what was the total in terms of the preliminary count. But as you see there from the other shot, the ABLP supporters are quite happy. This other box now is being, actually they're just making sure that that one is secured and taken down. So they'll be putting up the fourth and final box from Willikes momentarily, and that box will be S to Z. So that's the box that's now being put up on the table, S to Z. It is going to be, the tie straps are going to be removed, and the counting will start shortly. Just very quickly, Donna.
Well, if you'll allow me, Mr. Burford, I would just like to pedal back a little bit on one of the issues that my colleague Derek raised when he spoke about water. That water was once a problem, and I want to expand it to include.
Could I ask you to hold 1 second,
Sure.
please? The numbers are just in for box 3 from Willikes. Overall, the fifth box, but box 3 from Willikes, polling District B, and Randy Baltimore, polling 137, 137. Alex Brown, 64, 64. 4 ballots were rejected. So Alex Brown, 64, Randy Baltimore, 137, 4 ballots rejected. Okay, please continue.
Yes, I was speaking
If you could just comment very quickly on those numbers and then.
Do I need to? They speak for themselves.
Okay.
I mean, it's incredible that he even did better in this box. That is Randy, right, compared to the other boxes, where we see that Mr. Brown has almost flatlined, did a little better in the fifth box than he did, not in the fifth box, in the fourth box. The fourth box or the fifth box? We just went
The fourth, that's the second from Willikes.
No, it's the third from Willikes.
Third from Willikes.
Right,
Third from
you're saying he did better than.
A little better than the fourth and the third.
Okay, right.
Right, but he's still, listen, we see the trajectory right now, and he has not won any of the boxes so far, and the lead continues. But I just wanted to spend a little time on the water and the roads, because we saw in 2023 that was the closest election that we would have seen between both parties for a period of time. And I think that there were some issues on the table. We were post-COVID. We were dealing with the Cameroons who were here, and it was said that they were here to vote and that they were human trafficked. We had a lie, a big lie, a $4 billion lie, that they said cash came on an airplane, I would say ostensibly to bribe people. And then we had one player who was inserted in the whole thing, who was distributing money that, was maybe boosting up some of the other candidates, and that player is no longer around. So there were lots of factors that influenced. However, coming into this term, I think the government addressed more aggressively the water situation, because the water situation is nothing new. Another panelist spoke about that earlier. But we have improved as a country water from about 3 million gallons a day to 11 million gallons a day. Let's even say 9. Even if we said 9, we're looking at 3 times the amount. That boosts confidence, not only just the water production, which APUA say water is essential for life. The problem we're having with the water now is a matter of distribution. And even yesterday on that motorcade, and we haven't touched that motorcade yet in our discussions, but I was doing a live, and on my way I saw one of the old galvanized pipe that was lying beside the road, and I pointed it out. It was so corroded, there were more holes on that piece of metal than what metal there was on it. So can you imagine that being under the earth, and you're trying to pressure water through that? The water is bursting out the pipes more from the corrosion, it's clogging up the pipes, but it is being addressed. Again, the confidence, because the public can see that they're not getting excuses, they're getting action. The same with the roads. There's no denying that we are seeing an improvement in roads that we have never seen before. This same road that my good colleague said only happened in about 3.5 weeks, that not only goes from roundabout all the way up to Willikes, past Willie. It actually comes from Frizy Road. If you drive in, coming along Frizy Road, and you go to roundabout and you go straight up. So in the basic infrastructure that matters, where the government is able to make interventions and improvements. We physically see it happening when you drive around this country. The amount of cars you see, the amount of construction you see, and not no 2x4 plywood construction like in the 60s. And you're seeing solid 2- and 3-story homes. You're seeing new businesses expanding. You go along Fort Road. That's Anchorage Road. That's another main artery going out to the tourism projects. You're seeing that there was the road, the bridges, everywhere you look, the port, the home porting, the tourism arrivals. People have confidence in the current administration. And the magnetism of the Labour Party, you have to be in it to feel it, to understand the kind of unity, the camaraderie. And I think it's because the Labour Party is based on a philosophy. And if you have a philosophy that is guiding you, it transcends generations. And so we're seeing, well, the Prime Minister labels it a renaissance, and we are feeling it, we are seeing it. The country is moving forward. The university is another major accomplishment that puts a level of confidence in the young people to say, I can do something here now that could not have been done before. Who would not want to attain a high level of education that brings with it economic prosperity? So I think that with a young, vibrant candidate like Mr. Baltimore representing the people of St. Philip's North, they have invested their vote in that personality, trusting that he's going to continue to put in the work, and his personality, I think, gives them reason to place that trust in the correct place.
Before I come to Derek Nicholas, Donna, to what extent can you extrapolate that to the rest of the country, the results from here? Can there be the possibility of being a little bit too over-enthusiastic in trying to extrapolate it to the rest of the country?
No. If I were to extrapolate it, I would think it's
assessment?
reasonable. I think it's reasonable because we saw it with Young Turner, and we see the work that Young Turner is doing. Young Turner is not only eloquent and articulate and accomplished and educated. Young Turner is not afraid to do the hard thing, to go and meet with the vendors. Young Turner is not afraid to go and import $1 million worth of building material to impact the lives of the poor and vulnerable. Young Turner, I mean, surprised me. He's performing, but Young Turner, remember, Param, you know. But when you look further, you know, the Prime Minister in his constituency, he went against the resistance, the protest, and insisted that he's going to shut down that slum area that we call Booby Alley. And look, when last have you been down in that area?
I've seen the pictures.
Okay, so it is certainly near completion. That is testament of someone who cares for his people despite them fighting their own good. I mean, so I would extrapolate it across all the country. Our Minister of Tourism, he's been heralded as one of the greatest ministers of tourism in the Caribbean. He's winning these awards, and we're seeing it with the cruise. The home porting is good for people. Like myself, people come in and they spend a week or they spend 2 or 3 days to see the island before they go on the boat. The taxing men are having a good time. I'm sure the vendors are having a good time. So I think we can extrapolate it. Let's look at chairman of the party. In St. Paul's, he has built an empowerment center. He takes out his old people on excursion. He has a party for them all the time. He does his eye care. As a matter of fact, the government now has almost 25,000 glasses that are going to be coming in for the people. So we see a caring, visionary, proactive government. We don't want a reactive government. We don't want a government who doesn't have a vision, so we can buy into that vision and move along. So I think we can extrapolate it across all 17 states. I don't know about Barbuda, but even Barbuda has a new airport.
Your colleague panelists have a little chuckle when you mention that, yes.
Yeah, but let them say why they're having a cocoa boom moment, why they're chuckling.
I see you like that word so much. You know.
I love learning
we'll come back
words.
to you. I'm going to ask Bertrand and Peter's forbearance. We're going to get their views after this box, but let me get your view just very quickly before we go back to the box, Derek.
Right. So I hear my fellow panelists speaking about infrastructure and water. And as someone who is from St. Philip's North and lives in St. Philip's North, I can tell you that the water situation before Saturday, the 21st of February, was unacceptable. Unacceptable. Some days, some weeks you'll go 4, 5, even 6 days without water coming to the pipe. And that is a UN, one of the basic human rights that any government, irrespective of whoever is at the seat of power, should be providing its citizens. So that is something that we continue to beat and speak about. And just before we came back on air, I checked at home and the water is on, still on, right? But seriously, up until the 21st, prior to the 21st of Saturday, the 21st of February, the water situation in Williques, Seaton's, Glanville's, Carter's Hill, past Mall and parts further in the constituency was just simply unacceptable. And as far as the road infrastructure, yes, that started. I'm not sure if it's a project that started in 2019 prior to COVID that my fellow panelists is referring to, and I keep beating my head against the wall trying to figure out what is C.O. Williams doing to this brand new pristine road, and every day, not every week, every day they keep digging it up, to pave it again, to dig it up, to pave it up again. And that is just, for me, I tell my family, they're just doing this to keep themselves relevant, and I would like to get an open-ended government contract like that. This has been in operation since November of 2019 to today, the 16th day.
But do you know why they're digging up the road, though?
No, I don't know that because I don't read it, and I read, and I have not read anything anywhere that speak to, not even a notice to say tomorrow is going to be single lane traffic or any of those things.
Well, to be fair, the Ministry of Works has been sending out quite a few notices, especially on their Facebook pages, their social media pages. It was very quickly done.
Yeah, but my understanding is that there are corrections to be made to the work that was done, and so the government is getting its pound of flesh out of C.O. Williams. You have not done a good job in the first installment, go back over and fix it, and it's not for an increased pace. It's not an open-ended...
All right. On that note, let's go back over now to the Glanville Community Center. It's always good to hear both party reps on a panel like this one. We'll get Bertrand and Peter when we come back after this box. So this is box number 4 from Williques, box S to Z. Let's join the audio there.
Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, 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 Baltimore, 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 Brown, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, 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 Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Baltimore.
All right, so there you go. So again, the ABLP supporters are getting increasingly cock-a-hoop about the situation there that's a fourth and final box from Willikers. And this box is S to Z, a smaller box, just 218 registered electors. Of course, not all voters, of course, so this is a smaller box compared to, for example, the previous one. So S to Z, we'll get the numbers for you momentarily. Peter, let me get to you and come to Bertrand right after. Peter, what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a continuing trend, and, you know, I kind of running out of superlatives. What I wanted to do was to focus a bit on the broader picture, because I think that at the end of tonight, we have to start asking ourselves questions of what does this mean for the broader political landscape, and then secondly, what's responsible for this occurrence. Localized issues are a factor, there's no question about it, but I also think that it has a lot to do with leadership. And I'm looking at the fact that under the leadership of Comrade Lovell, the UPP...
Comrade Lovell?
Yeah? Lovell?
Probably you wouldn't like the term comrade.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Brother Lovell. Yeah, the UPP seem to have improved, certainly in the election that they almost won. Since Comrade Pringle has taken over, the fortune seemed not to have gone as well. And I think that to me says a lot about what's happening in relation to the performance that we saw in certainly the St. Peter's election, this one. And then also the fact that the Labour Party, the UPP has been hemorrhaging in terms of members leaving. Recently, I'm hearing now that Serpent is not coming back as a candidate. Clearly something is not right, and I'm wondering whether leadership may be the answer. When I look at the poll from the previous election, from this actual constituency, the preferred leader or leadership approval numbers were pretty disastrous for Pringle. Galston Brown was 54%, and Jamal Pringle was at 15%. Wow. And of course, Harold Lovell Comrade Lovell is in there as well, around 5%. But the point...
Oh, sorry, this was from which poll? Oh.
This is the one that we did last week.
Last week?
Last week, right, in this constituency.
Oh, in the...
So I'm saying,
okay.
yeah, you're asking in the constituency how people feel about leadership, because it's always an indicator. And the numbers for Prime Minister Brown are really quite impressive. The numbers for Jamal Pringle are concerning. You know, you're not even getting to the 20% stage, and this is an alternative leader, supposedly. This tells me a lot about what is happening in terms of the mood of that constituency and perhaps the mood of the entire country. And I think that one of the keys to all of this tonight is the fact that people are less excited about the leadership potential of Comrade Pringle than they would have been with Comrade Lovell. And that is perhaps a question that the UPP has to answer. You know, why have members defected to the ABLP? Why are members not running again? And why is it that in the constituency, you're not even finding a quarter of the people who were polled saying that they think that the preferred leader would be Jamal Pringle. So this is the kind of interesting scenario that we're in, and the question is, what does this mean for the future? And my sense is that certainly if I were Prime Minister Brown, seeing these kinds of numbers from tonight, I would say that a general election is a pretty good idea at this stage. It's not too early, and certainly these numbers are far better than would have been the case in the last election. And it says that maybe you ought to take advantage of it. And I think the one key factor is that the party was being led by Mr. Lovell in the last election. It's currently being led by Mr. Pringle. The potential for Mr. Lovell to take over again is there. And if that happens, then perhaps we go back to a 2018 situation, which is less attractive. 2023 situation, which is less attractive. So I think that this is where we are at the end of tonight, that we have to start asking ourselves questions about what does this mean for the broader picture. And I think that there is definitely a vote of no confidence in certainly the current direction leadership of the UPP. Can Pringle survive this? I tend to think not. I think he's already under pressure. And coming out of tonight, he's going to have to answer some questions about the leadership of the party going forward.
All right, before we come to Bertrand, we're going to go to the final box shortly. The final box is the single one from polling district C. That's the Newfield Primary School. So this is the Newfield area. One box there in that polling division, or polling district. But before we go to the audio from that, and before we hear from Bertrand Joseph for his comments, ABS has this important announcement. ABS can project confidently, and our numbers team, or statistical team, has cleared us to project that Randy Baltimore is the Member of Parliament for St. Philip North. Randy Baltimore, an imperious performance in that by-election today, even before the final box is counted. So ABS projects that the new, and that is the green tick just above Randy Baltimore's picture there, over 68% of the vote, and he will be the next representative for St. Philip North in Parliament. Bertrand, your comment on that one. So now you've noticed that previously the constituency map was in grey, now it's in red. The ABLP comfortably and imperiously retains St. Philip North. Bertrand.
Well, there was no doubt in terms of the outcome of this election. What we were in doubt was what would the final results be in terms of the margin of victory for the Antigua Labour Party. But the sad thing is that what we are seeing now is a slide with respect to the UPP, and that is extremely concerning, because Alex has now moved from 600 and something votes to he's going to be making maybe just about 400 votes. And that is something that the party has to take a look at, because since the by-election in Parham, we have seen a precipitous decline of the UPP within the body politics. And it's not just talking about an Antigua Labour Party stronghold. It is the implication for this result across the political landscape in Antigua and Barbuda. And when we talk about leadership, we have to talk about it in the context of the Westminster democracy, what that means. Because when you're a leader of a political party, the broad perception of people across the country has to think that you can lead the party to victory and become the next prime minister. If that is an issue out there in the body politics, it spells a difficult situation for that organization.
Yeah. Hold the point, please, Bertrand, because we can now give you the numbers from the box that you just heard, the fourth and final box from Willie Kiz. Of course, the one that's being counted now is the final box overall. That's the only one from Newfield. So, box number 4 from Willikers, 6 overall. Randy Baltimore, 95. Alex Brown, 45. 1 rejected ballot. So, Randy Baltimore more than double the votes of Alex Brown in box number 4 from Willikers. That's box S to Z. 95, 45, 1 rejected. In fact, before we get your comments, let's go now over to the sound from Newfield. Let's tap into this final box.
Brown. Brown. Baltimore. 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 Brown. Baltimore. 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 Brown. Baltimore. 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 Brown. Baltimore. 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 Brown. Baltimore. Baltimore. Brown. Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, 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 rejected. This person voted for both candidates. Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Brown, Baltimore, Brown, 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 Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Baltimore, Baltimore, Brown, Baltimore, 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 Brown, Brown, Brown. Baltimore. 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 Baltimore.
One that you just put down?
I just put down one now.
145.
Brown.
I have 145. My vex now.
Baltimore. Brown and then Baltimore. Baltimore. Baltimore.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me.
Hello, give me a chance to finish. Give me a chance to finish, please. Just give me a chance to finish a few more minutes. Give me a chance to finish, please.
See, they just mess up all little while.
48.
Yeah,
140.
140. Right. There was one, that's what I asked you. There was one, when they started to make the noise, she said,
49, 42. 149 for 42. One reject. One reject.
yeah. It's just the one that they made nice for. That's what I wanted to know. That's the one. Right. What time you have? What time you have?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's put down the school bus. 149, 42, and one rejected. $149, Randy Baltimore. 42, Alex Nicholas. Alex Brown. I don't know, I'm tired. 142, Alex Brown. One rejected. I now declare Mr. Randy Baltimore.
Thank you.